Alrighty, how's everybody doing today? Back again with another video for you guys. And today we're going to be doing my full review of the SX GOOD MX666 Bluetooth headphones. So, without further ado, let's get into this. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the build quality and the design of these headphones. Now, from a build quality standpoint, these are constructed okay. It's not the best build quality in the world, but it works. I must be honest with you guys though, it's a fairly rattly build. Like you can see if I shake it, that right there doesn't inspire too much confidence. So I feel as though I don't know how long this is going to last for, but it is what it is. So that's why the build quality takes a hit there. Now, when we talk about design, it's got your basic straightforward design. You know, it's not flashy, it's pretty straightforward. You got your two logos on this side. Look like two little dragons there. Then you got your company logo up at the top there. Don't know how well you guys can see that. Let me get that to focus. There you go. So you got the company logo right there. So, fairly standard build quality here. I mean, it's your basic glossy plastic with your matte finish. Standard stuff. And, you know, it is what it is. But keep in mind, as I said, that rattling doesn't make me feel too confident about the longevity of this. But that's the build quality and design. Now, let's just take a second to talk about the comfort of these guys. Now, I've been using these for a little bit over a week now, and I must say, when it comes to comfort, these are actually pretty good. Didn't have any issues where I got too tired, felt like I had to readjust them. These were actually pretty comfortable, and I had no problem wearing them for extended periods of time. So, from a comfort standpoint, these are really good. Now, let's move on. Let's talk about some of the core features of this guy. So, as always, a main core feature that I look for in a lot of my headphones these days are the Bluetooth functionality. And I believe this has Bluetooth version 4.0. Then you have a ton of built-in other features here. Like this button right here is a multi-function button. And what that does is it lets you switch between Bluetooth, FM radio, and micro SD. I don't know how well you can see it. This is a very glossy black, but that's your micro SD right there. And as always, it has a built-in mic, so you can make and receive phone calls. And you have your 3.5mm headphone jack, so you can plug in an aux cable and use it like a regular pair of headphones, maybe for when the battery dies or something like that. Then you have your standard controls with the buttons. You have your volume up and down, which also double as your next and previous track. A long press for the volume, a short press for the next and previous track. Your middle button pause, plays, and answers your phone calls. And a little side note that they don't mention in the user manual that I didn't see is that if you're on your regular screen on your phone, if you push the previous button, it'll redial your last call. So that's pretty neat. Alright, so I think that just about covers all the features of these guys. Now, let's move on. Let's talk about the sound quality and the volume in this guy. Now, from a sound quality perspective, these headphones are decent. They're okay. It's not the best. Could definitely use a little bit of work in some areas, but it's decent. Now, from a volume standpoint, these do get really loud, really loud. And when I put them on and I'm listening to my music, I have no problem drowning out the outside world. So that's actually pretty good. And the volume, even at high volumes, the whatever I'm listening to stays pretty crisp, with one exception. However, depending on what I'm listening to, the audio tends to cut in and out sometimes, so that's a little flaw there. And these headphones were touted as having super bass. I didn't really feel that much bass out of it when I was using it connected to my phone. But however, I did notice that when I connected it to my computer, I did get a little bit more bass out of it. But I must be honest with y'all, I was expecting a little bit more, but it is what it is. Now, let's talk about the mic quality in this guy. Now, as I said, I've been using this for over a week, and I actually had a lot of phone calls this past week, and I must say that the mic quality on this, at least for making phone calls, is not too good. A lot of my callers had some issues hearing me. A few of them said they couldn't hear me at times, and so the mic quality on this, at least for making phone calls, is not that good. Now, for regular Google, Siri, and Cortana commands, no issues there. At least the only ones I could vouch for is the Cortana and the Google Now, because I don't have an iPhone or an Apple device at this time. But I must say, when it came to giving those commands, didn't have any issues on my Android or my Windows device. So there is that. So that's that. Now, moving on, I just want to take some time to talk to you guys about the steps to pair with these headphones. So, as you can see right here, I have a Windows device and I have an Android device. I think I'm going to cover this on my Android device. And keep in mind, guys, that these steps are the same on pretty much every device. It just looks a little differently depending on the operating system. So the first thing you want to do is pick up your device, go into settings, go to Bluetooth, turn your Bluetooth on, make it visible to other nearby Bluetooth devices. Alright? Then over here back on your headphones, you're gonna press the power button. Now this one has audible tones, but you press the power button and you hold it.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
Alright, then you see the flashing light there that indicates that it's in pairing mode. Now back on the device, you hit scan, and it was scanned for the headphones, and there it is. And you click it to pair it.
Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
And there you go, you get an audible tone letting you know that it's connected. Now, I just want to point out, you also get audible tones when you switch into the different modes on these headphones. So you get an audible tone for switching into the FM radio mode, which only really works when you connect it with the 3.5mm aux cable. If you have one, these headphones didn't come with one, but that's the only time that really works. And you also get audible cues for when you have a micro SD card installed. Keep in mind again, I just want to point this out, that putting the micro SD card in this guy can be pretty tough. And I actually felt as though it was a little bit of a struggle. And, you know, I had to take a minute because I didn't want to break the headphones and I didn't want to break my micro SD card. So I just wanted to point that out, that you get an audible tone for that too. Alright? And again, as I said, it's pretty much the same on Windows as it is on Android or iOS. They just look a little bit differently. So you can see I had already had the headphones paired to this at one time. I also want to take this time to point out that this device, these pair of headphones, does not have the capability to be connected to two devices at once. So this is a one device per headphone type deal. And just to prove that theory, I'm going to go ahead and try to connect it. I was trying this earlier and a few days ago and it didn't work. So as you can see right there, it said could not connect. So this is a one device pair of headphones here. So one device at a time. Just wanted to point that out. So that pretty much does it for the steps to pair on the Bluetooth. Now, the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is the overall Bluetooth range and the strength of these, the Bluetooth in these headphones. Now, from a range perspective, I would say that the range on these headphones is probably just as advertised. Now, the manufacturer touts these as having 10 meters of operating distance, 10 meters being 10 meters or 33 feet. And I must say that is probably spot on here. Now, from a strength perspective, I would say that the Bluetooth strength on these headphones needs a little bit of work. I've noticed that even in instances where I had the connected Bluetooth device within a reasonable operating distance, like my phone was in my pocket or I'm right here at my desktop doing stuff, certain times it would get a little like it was going to disconnect and then it wouldn't disconnect. So there's that. So I would say that the strength on these headphones needs a little bit of work. Now, moving on, let's talk about the durability of these guys. Now, from a durability standpoint, I must say that these headphones were quite good. I actually took these to my workouts a few times, and I must say that they dropped at least three times during the workout while I was lifting weights, and they still work just as good as the day I got them. So, yeah. So, that's a testament to the durability of these headphones. Now, moving on, let's talk about the charge times and overall battery life. Now, the manufacturer quotes these headphones at having an estimated charge time of 2 to 3 hours. I found that in actual use, I'm getting charge times anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours. So I must say that 2 to 3 hour mark there is pretty good. But keep in mind, as I said, I get anywhere from an hour to 2 hours of charge time and then I'm good to go. Now, when it comes to an overall battery life perspective, again, the manufacturer breaks this into two different segments. They state that you can get 4 to 6 hours of straight music playback and 8 to 10 hours of straight talk time with 120 hours of standby. Now, I don't really break mine out like that. I like to use mine in terms of, I like to do my battery life in terms of overall usage, where I have a little bit of everything. And I'm going to say, from an overall usage standpoint, I was getting anywhere from 6.5 to 7 hours. And keep in mind, everybody's usage is different. So if you pick up these headphones, or if you decide to, your battery life numbers might be better or worse than mine, depending on your usage. Now, from a standby perspective, I would say that these are pretty good. It's about spot on. So, yeah. Now, moving on, the next thing I want to talk to you guys about are some of the positives and negatives of these headphones. And then we're going to talk about the price, and I'll give you my final thoughts or recommendation. Now, in terms of positives, I must say that the overall functionality that you get out of these headphones is pretty good, with the functions of these keys having multifunction keys, and you have your micro SD card slot, and you still have your 3.5mm aux cable. If you run out of juice, you can just plug it up like regular. And the fact that you have a built-in FM radio and mic in here, so you can make and receive phone calls and listen to the actual radio without being connected to the phone. All you need to do is plug in the aux cable. So those are some pretty good positives. And of course, it's completely Bluetooth, which makes it really portable, and there's no cables to deal with. So that's awesome. Now, from a negative aspect, I really wish that there might have been more bass in this, because it's touted as having super bass, and I really didn't feel that. And also, the build quality on this, as I've said, does not make me feel confident at all. Also, the mic, specifically for when making phone calls, I really prefer not to use it because the mic quality is actually really bad in here. So, yeah. And the fact that the micro SD card is a little bit of a struggle to get in here without feeling that I'm going to break it. And also, I actually made a video about this the other day. Somehow, I don't know how, the headphones actually locked itself up for a little bit, so I pretty much had a solid red light and I couldn't do anything. It wouldn't even let me charge the headphones. And what I had to do was let the headphones die completely, and then I was able to recharge them and it worked like normal. Aside from that, there's no other real issues with these headphones, but those are the negatives and those are the positives, just so you know. Alright, so now let's move on to the price. So, I purchased this via Amazon, and as usual, I paid a little bit extra for the 2-day shipping. And I must say that the shipping this time was actually spot on. You know, I was a little bit concerned, seeing as Amazon messed up my shipping dates a few times before, so I was a little bit concerned. So it was actually, the shipping on this was awesome. So good job, Amazon. So anyways, just had to throw that in there. Anyways, so the overall price of this, after shipping and handling, was $27.68. Now, I paid for the 2-day shipping, so the 2-day shipping on this was $11.78. Standard shipping is $8 extra. $6 extra, and then the 1-day shipping, I don't believe they had 1-day shipping on this. I don't remember exactly, but that's that. Anyways, I paid for the 2-day shipping, so the total price, as I said, was $27.68. Now, y'all know that I run money-making apps, and so I get a nice collection of gift cards depending on how fast or slow I can get these apps to cash out. So the actual price that I paid for this was $3.68. So that's a pretty sweet deal in my book. But even still, you may be wondering, would I recommend these headphones at a price of $27.68? Well, I have to say yes, with some exceptions. Now, if you're going to use this straight for listening to music, then okay, cool, pick these up. This is a nice pair of inexpensive headphones, specifically if you're going to use it for that. Now, if you're going to use these as your daily driver headphones, where you're using them to make phone calls and interact with your phone, with your voice commands, and do things of that nature, then I would have to say no, I don't recommend these. Simply for the fact that the mic is not good during phone calls, although it is good during voice commands. But being as that you need to be able to make phone calls, if you're going to use your Bluetooth device, because you never know what might happen, then I can't recommend these based on that. But again, keep in mind, if you're going to be using it strictly to listen to music, then okay, it's a decent deal. Alright, so that's my recommendation. I hope everyone enjoyed the video. Again, I apologize for how it looks, because again, it's all black, so it's pretty hard to get focused up on camera. But anyways, I hope everyone enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, please help your boy out by giving it a thumbs up. That really does help me out. You don't know how much. If you want to see more raw and uncut content like this, please be sure to hit the subscribe button down below so you get notified as soon as new videos become available on YouTube. And as always, guys, don't forget that all links to where to purchase this device at a really great price will be down in the video description. And if you know anyone out there looking for some quality products or devices at some really great prices, please share with them my channel, because I'm doing this for everyone, because we all deserve the best. And again, I apologize for the light, because we're losing sun, so, you know, I don't know if I pointed that out, but I apologize for that. Anyways, I hope everyone has a great day or evening, because it's getting dark, and I will catch y'all in my next video. Peace.